Welcome to MSP Voice, the weekly show for MSPs by MSPs. Brought to you by MSP 360, the #1 cross-platform cloud backup. Learn more at msp360.com. This is MSP Voice. Hello and welcome. Today I am pleased to be joined by Yigal Behar with 2Secure. Yigal, hello.
Hello, Doug. How are you today?
I'm good. So tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do at 2Secure.
Okay, so I'm in the IT business for more than 20 years, specifically in security since 2000. I started as an IT consultant. My career starts in Israel. I had my business since the 1990.
Okay.
And then around 2000, I sold my business to another friend of mine that he was also an IT consulting.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided to move to security. I started actually reading security firewalls in the bathroom.
Okay.
This is how I used to use my time. I said, okay, I better use my time efficiently, not to waste every minute. So I read firewalls. Back in the days, firewalls was a very security started with firewall.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how I started. And then I joined. The name of the company was Avnet Deloitte. Provided again security consultancy services to various customers, government, private, any kind of government. I mean, from the Prime Minister office up to healthcare, anything that flies there. We did a lot there. So small, big, anything we did. And in America, I did the same. I opened a cybersecurity consultancy firm. I took my experience from the enterprise and I said, okay, it's good to bring the enterprise experience that I had and move it to the small business customers.
Okay. Great. So would you consider yourself MSSP, managed security services provider, or what do you consider yourself?
Okay, that's definitions. Well, definitions is a little bit the problem because now you're trying to put yourself in a box, and I don't like boxes in general. I don't know about you, and I would say it's like a combination of MSSP and I call the other service that I have. We call it MDDR, Managed Detection, Defense, Detection and Response.
Okay.
So with the MSSP. You monitor activities, but you don't do anything.
Okay.
Okay, with the MDDR, you go another step and say, okay, I saw this event. It's an unknown event or a known event. Mm-hmm. Let me take an action. So we are taking the action. So it depends with the customer how the engagement is. We are trying to accommodate the request. So let's say said, okay, just notify us what to do. This is what we do.
Yeah.
If the customer tells us, okay, do the remediation, we do the remediation. However, the customer wants, this is how we do it.
Okay.
So we kind of a combination, I would say.
Gotcha. Now, in terms of, managed service providers out there that maybe don't focus on cybersecurity, what advice do you have for them?
It's a loaded question,
You better start, right?
Yeah, you better start, yes. The answer is you should start yesterday.
Yeah.
Interesting. I had a conversation with another business consultant about 2 years ago, and I said, I think I want to help those MSPs and IT resellers with security because they don't have the expertise, they don't know anything about security. It's not exactly selling IP phones and selling other services like backup or whatever. Mm-hmm. Security requires expertise and knowledge.
Okay.
It's not necessarily that they have. And he said, it's a great idea, but then there's a lot of obstacles along the way to get the contracts, get the supplies, get different things put in place. You need to build a team. It took really a long time, months, until you build something that is workable and you can provide those services to your customers.
Okay.
So really, it's a combination. You need to bring the talent, which is very important. And another point to make that a lot of people say, okay, we're going to bring AI and machine learning and all those fancy buzzwords. And I keep hearing it all the time. And I say, guys, you are really, there is AI. Yes, it's been developed. It's not exactly how we think it is going. You need to teach the machine, because AI, in the end of the day, I don't know if the people, the audience here really did some research about it. And I had a conversation a week ago with another person that she does monitoring structures, physical structures like buildings and so forth. And
Okay.
she said, you know how it's being done? I said, yes, you need to teach the machine. So it's two ways. One, you need to teach the machine, said, okay, this is a broken, take a picture, this is broken. Like you're teaching a kid, basically. And this is not a broken, this is how it should be.
Yeah.
And now the machine knows what is broken, what's not broken. So it's not exactly, it's going to take a long time until you get there.
Yeah, but what about like being able to detect something that's out of normal? I mean, a system should understand the steady state, and then I would guess then at some point something happens that's not steady state, so that would be an alert or something like that. Is that kind of okay, or is that not enough?
Okay, it's not enough, because in the end of the day, so you get you collect all the data, right, from the endpoints, the network, whatever is there out there, and then you see, okay, so those events are recognized, they are safe. Some events are not. I don't recognize them, so they may be safe, maybe they are not. Right?
Yeah.
Now you need an analyst, you need somebody with a brain, and say, okay, does it make sense? If it doesn't make sense, probably we need to investigate and see if there is an issue there.
Yeah.
Now we bring another level. We call it threat hunting.
Okay.
Threat hunting is going to hunt a threat that is unknown. Typically, it's unknown than known. Because if it's known, I have analytics. I know how it looks like. I know what is the IOC indication of compromise. I know what to do. Okay, I shut it down. But now the problem with all those ransomwares, for instance, that are unknown ransomwares or unknown attacks, because it doesn't have a signature. This is the problem with AV solutions, that they are using a lot of signatures. And if you don't know the signature, you don't have a solution. So now you need to go and look for those threats that are unknown. And this is the threat hunting does.
Okay.
You need the analyst to look at those events and make sense of those.
Yeah, so it's really more, it's not about the known threats, it's about the unknown.
Yes, the unknown, because if it's a known, I know what to do, right? So I let machine do it, right? Machines are good calculating numbers better than humans, so let them do what they do.
Yeah. So how do you go about doing that? I mean, what's your approach, I guess, in terms of threat hunting?
Okay, so the approach, why we do threat hunting. Threat hunting, you do it because you want to look for certain, let me go back a little bit. You do like a war game. Let's say I'm an attacker. Now you need to sit in a state of mind of a hacker and think, okay, now how I know how this organization is formed. I know how it's been protected. I know the measures. Let me find ways how to get in without being detected with what I have.
Okay.
So now, if you have a successful entry, penetration, for instance, and I wasn't able to detect it, now I'm going to look for those signs of those intrusion and try to build another layer to complement what I have now.
Okay. So it's looking at, hey, here's your organization, all your systems. Obviously, the known threats, but is there a way to get in with an unknown threat? If you figure that out, then okay, now I can protect against that because now it's known.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. And for a managed service provider out there, how do they what do they do? Do they try to do all this themselves?
I don't think that they do that much. When I go to those websites of those MSPs, I'm laughing because they write security, and then you read what the security. Right away, I'm checking. Okay, so let's see what they do security. So they write general stuff. Yes, firewalls, they write antivirus solutions, they write email filtering, spam. So they're talking about the general stuff, but they are not touching the real stuff.
Okay.
So what I said when I say real stuff, if you're going to write me that you do penetration testing and you're going to check the authentication, for instance, then it's going to tell me that you're serious. But if you don't have that and you write general stuff about security, I know you don't do security. You want to be there, so you fake it.
Okay. So what should they do? Hire you?
Talk to me.
So so, in terms of Too Secure, do you work with MSPs? Do you offer them a service that they can hire you to do? What's the method in terms of how you do business?
Right. So we have a special program for MSPs. And we have like a promotion now that if they join, they get, the different benefits from it, like leads and different things that they're marketing and, the different things to help them to sell. We're also going to be in calls that we're going to have with the potential customers and help them to convert that lead to paying customers. Because at the end of the day, you want to upsell and cross-sell services either to existing or new customers. So definitely we have a program that helps them to be there. So yeah, definitely.
Okay. And what about MSPs monitoring themselves?
Ooh. This is, again, I know, Doug, I see what's going on. You like to ask loaded questions. I told you to be soft with me. Okay. All right. So that's a great question. So with that program that we have, we offer those MSPs monitoring to monitor them.
Okay.
Because we know that they are lacking in security. So we're going to do, for instance, vulnerability assessment for them free of charge. We're going to scan the network, blast it, and see what's going on there. Okay, they're going to get it free. Why? Because if they are secured, the customers will have better security.
Okay.
Considering what happened in the past months with those ransomwares that are targeting MSPs, specifically MSPs, and if you look at target case that was happened in 2013, I believe, a Harvard company was breached, and then they went from the Harvard network to Target network.
Yeah, the air conditioner, they got in there by the air conditioner controls.
Exactly. And you have a problem with supply. This is what is called supply chain. I know people don't know anything. So in the enterprise world, we're talking about supply chain. So this is a supply chain that you need to protect it. Third parties are always a soft target. So you don't need, like, it's a hacker says, okay, let me think. If I can attack a target, maybe it'll be better for me to go from a different soft point rather coming from the gate where I have a big firewall and it's all monitored. Why should I do that? I'm going to waste my time.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so, and obviously MSPs are in the news and they're the bad people are target the MSPs because they know that MSPs have this deep level access across multiple customers. So, if they can get into the MSP, then they can get out to all the MSP's customers, demand high ransoms, create big headlines, all this type of stuff. So what are some of the things that MSPs really need to look out for? What are some of your top hits for MSPs?
I would say credentials is a big issue. They should switch, and I know that some of the like Kaseya and Continuum now and ConnectWise, they are forcing the customers to use a two-factor authentication. Definitely do that. And I know they need to change their own security protocols. So they need to change their passwords. For instance, I'll give you another example. I know many IT guys like to do it. Sorry, guys. You use your admin account, which is very high privileged, to conduct your daily business. You shouldn't do that. You should have separate accounts. Yeah. One is like a regular, normal user with no privileges, and another one to do the administrative jobs that you need to do. You need to separate the accounts. Patch management, I think it's going without say. You need to patch and change defaults. Many companies don't change defaults. Also, firewalls are misconfigured. 99% of firewalls that we audit that were installed by IT companies are misconfigured.
Okay.
Pay attention. Because in the end of the day, why the point to have a firewall over there if it doesn't do its job?
Yeah.
Take it off there and let the customer have a better speed, right?
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. So firewalls is big area, and like you said, you've done a lot of studying on that area. So
For assessments, yes.
yeah. So in terms of do you primarily then work with MSPs? Do you work with other customers? With individuals, small businesses, enterprises.
Yeah, we work with everybody. We don't discriminate. We love to help people that wants to help themselves. So if you're an MSP that really cares about himself and his customers, we'll definitely work with you.
Okay. And then now, is this like an ongoing, continuing service? Is it a one-time assessment?
Yes, it's month to month. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So like what MSPs do, right?
Yes. Fit exactly their model. Yes.
Yeah. And now, do you offer? So, just help me out. So obviously, you're gonna help MSP and monitor their systems. What about for their customers? Is this something you offer for their customers then as well? They sell you through them, and you offer that service there as well?
Yeah, the answer is yes. So we monitor the MSP. At the same time, the MSP will come and say, okay, we have this customer that needs this kind of service. We're going to sell the service to the MSP, and the MSP will resell it to his customers. So we are in the back. We don't want to come between the customer. We don't want a direct connection with the customer unless the MSP says, the end user wants a direct connection with you.
Yeah.
Going to be fine, and they're going to get the percentage, whatever we're going to set up. Right.
Yeah, but you focus strictly on the security side, so you're not going to take over. You're not going to take over the backup and the install and the configure and everything else that they do.
We have enough on our heads to carry now the IT. I said to myself, I don't want to touch IT anymore. I don't care about IT. It's just I just want to focus on security because this is really what really drives me every day. So I don't want to touch IT. I don't want to install software. I don't want to install patches. I mean, they can do it themselves. I don't need to do this. Only call me when you have a security issue, when you have a real issue. I can help you with the IT if you have a question because we have a lot of experience with IT. So yes, I can help you ask questions and give you some answers. We know, and that's it. But security, that's what we do. Yes.
Yeah. And do you limit yourself to any geographies, or do you work nationwide, worldwide?
Nationwide, because in the end of the day, everything through the internet, so it's accessible. It doesn't matter.
You can hack them from anywhere, right?
That's right.
So thinking about technology, obviously you've got this, focus on cybersecurity. What technologies are you most excited about today? Whether it's available now or something that's on the horizon?
I think I like robotics.
Okay.
And there is so much potential out there. Robotics has a lot of stuff, including IoT, and I'm sure we'll have security issues as well. So I think it's really, I would say, it can be very interesting, robotics. That's my take.
Okay, yeah, but sometimes people are a little freaked out when they see those videos of like the robot dogs, that can do all this stuff. It can be a little disconcerting sometimes.
Boston Dynamics. Yes, I'm watching those videos as well. It's crazy, but there. So why to resist? Adapt it and change.
Resistance is futile, right?
Yeah. Absolutely right. Yes.
So what technologies are you most worried about?
I don't think about technology to be worried about technologies. I'm more worried about humans.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because humans are the weakest link in every chain.
Yeah.
And if they are not doing whatever they need to do, supposed to do, we'll have issues. So it doesn't matter because humans are creating the technology that we're using in the end. Yeah. So humans are the problem.
Yeah, and when you think about it from a security perspective, right? You can do all the technology you want, but if you can get a hold of a stupid human that'll push a button for you, then like,
That's why that's why humans want to push the AI because they, oh, now I don't need to think. Let's let the machine think better than me. But that help? I don't know.
All right. Are you ready for the rapid fire round?
For what?
Rapid fire. It's 6 questions. They're easy.
Okay.
It's not meant to tax you. Just first thing that comes to your head. Are you ready?
Okay. Let me
All right.
sit well on my chair. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
First up, Apple or Android?
Android.
Android, okay. Mac, Linux, or Windows?
Mac.
Amazon, Azure, or something else?
Azure.
Okay. Local backups, cloud, or both?
Both.
Should you always virtualize?
Virtualized.
Should always virtualize?
Yeah.
Okay. And finally, which is worse, printer support or vendor cold calls?
Both.
Well, printers can be an attack surface, especially if they're connected to a modem line or a phone line, right?
Yes. Actually, researchers were able to hack fax machines and pull all the data. So,
Yeah.
yes.
So yeah, because it's like, and then I was reading this probably a couple of years ago, but I was reading that hackers were looking for those multifunction devices that were connected via phone line. If they can go in there, send a few commands to the fax machine, that then opens it up so they get access to the rest of the network. It's like
Checkpoint researchers found it last year. Actually, this year they found it. This year or 2018. Yes.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Because
Yes,
you think about the internet, but hey, here's a phone line, that could be used to attack you, and crazy stuff.
Yes, it is. It is crazy stuff. Yes, you want to think about it, but it's there. Yes, it's open.
Cool. So before we go, any tips or tricks or anything out there that you want to leave for our audience?
Call me.
I see you do have a free white paper on your website.
Yes, they are welcome to go to the website, download it, my ebook. I mean, it's a PDF version, but I have a printed book. I wrote a book to help small business owners with their security and explain security in a simple language as much as I can.
Okay.
And that's the produce. I'm working on the second book, actually.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I love that's about all I got. It's been great. It's been eye-opening. Not too scary from a security perspective, but we all have our work cut out for us, don't we?
Right. Exactly.
All right, Yigal, thank you very much for being a guest.
Thank you, Doug, for calling. Thank you.
You have a great day.
You too.